leave. Gonna put my baby clothes on and I'm gonna go. Hey everybody that came in. Stop laughing. Hey everybody. I'm gonna leave out in a minute. We get to talk a little bit. We get to talk about this. Change your baby booty right now. Cut it out. This booty still. Mommy put panty on. My baby is gonna have a fit tomorrow. I mean today. When he go in the car, he hates this car seat. I gotta get him a new car seat. Dream bye-bye. Y'all, hey y'all. Remember hit that like button. Hey everybody. I'm finna get to it in a minute. Once I get in this car. Yeah. I'm like, what in the world wrong with these pants? I got a couple things to do. Hey everybody that came in. Baby 𝐤𝐬𝐽 is sleepy, which I want him to be sleepy so when we get into the car, it won't be too much, and then I can talk to y'all. I'm always forever messing this up. Alright, I think that's how it's done. Drink your milk, though, because I got to run to a couple stores, y'all. And I might as well record videos at that. He is so mad. Hold it in this hand. Okay, 303. Alright. Alright, let me go put my shoes on and I can go. Stop it. Alright, so he ate, so I'm not finna make him another bottle till we get back.
Okay.
Alright, Mom, I'm finna get up out of here.
Okay, you got here his coat and his hat and stuff? Okay, if the element is in the P block, which of the following is likely to be true? What is P block? The element could be any of these. If the element is in the P block, just say this. Element could be iron. Oh, it's in a P block. P. Oh, P. That block. Wait. P.
We finna get in this car, y'all. Try not to show y'all my mom's stuff. So, let me yeah, there we go. So I'm finna go in the car in a little bit, y'all. So I don't want to show y'all her address because we got those birds out here that flock together. So we're gonna talk about this ADHD crap, okay? Because I wanna correct some people that misunderstood what ADHD really is, okay? Because I had a couple comments, people saying some things, and tell y'all, okay? Hold on, let me put the baby in his car seat. He finna act a fool. That man, put your arm in there. He like, oh my God, this car seat again. I gotta get him some toys back here because he hates this car seat. Give me this. I might have to start. They said that we have to get him a little tablet so he can watch because him a big boy. Now y'all can't really see nothing. Talk about this ADHD thing. We finna talk, and I hope y'all can hear me. Let me turn my Bluetooth off. Can y'all hear me? Comment below if y'all can still hear me because I have my Bluetooth on my car and I want to turn it off. Oops. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off too. Okay. I hope y'all can still hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Because some people was like they couldn't hear me yesterday, but that was my mom calling me back to back. So let me see. I want to get on here and address some comments and let y'all know how I felt about this ADHD stuff. So with ADHD, it's a lot. I know I had a comment. Somebody was like, hey, you don't give ADHD medicine at night. You're supposed to give it in the morning because then they will be up all night. So the type of medication my kids take is supposed to be at night. So it's a new medication. It helps them sleep. It helps with anxiety. It helps them sleep. It's new. They take it at night. You probably would never heard of it because it's really new. So no, I am giving my kids the correct medicine. They are on the minifinidate side. So I don't know. I think it's only 2 sides to ADHD medicine. And it is like Vyvanse. Vyvanse have, I might say it wrong, but I think it's Adderall. Vyvanse have Adderall in it. And the pills that my kids take have minifinidate in it. So Bay has ADHD too. He has ADD. He doesn't have the hypertension part like me. I mean, I don't have the hypertension part either. I have ADD too. He has the mind can't stop and and then he has that. Okay, I have the same thing. We both got tested for it. We both have it. I'm not lying when I say I have it, and I'm not lying saying he has it. We all have ADHD. Å he is still young to have ADHD. We don't know, but like the doctor said when I had Ňaƴorí, that since mom and dad has it, is probably genetic, and his rate of having ADHD is higher than the average person that parents doesn't have ADHD. So his rate is very high for him to have ADHD. Like even EJ, he has the higher rate of having ADHD because they both are from mother and dad. Now, if I had another baby if I had another baby by somebody else, then it'd be less of a chance, because then if that person didn't have ADHD, Minifinidate is a stimulant. I know it's a stimulant. I know that all these pills are stimulants. So let's just get it all together. I know what it is. But the pill that my kids take at night is Minifinidate. They take it at night. It helps them sleep. It does not work until 12 hours until they wake up. So I give them their pills at 8 o'clock at night. Like 8. If they get on my nerves, they will have their pills by 8 o'clock. If they don't, they have it by 8:30ish. I used to give it to them at 9, but I want my kids to be down a little earlier so I can, for my own sanity. So their pills won't work until 8 o'clock that next morning. Really, it start to work like at 9. As soon as they hit the school, it start to work. So if I give it to them at 7 o'clock, then it will start working before they get up. So this is how their pills work, okay? That type of pill that they're on, you can go look it up. You probably will find a name, but I'm not going to say the name on here. But that type of pill that they have is specifically for them to go to sleep at night, and it works all day. I don't have to give them a morning meds. Now, Malaysia, since she has very bad anxiety because she's still getting tested for her autism, right? So her doctors, they both take guanfacine, and guanfacine, you can give it in the morning or you can give it at night. It's for anxiety, and it helps with the impulsive body movements that they might have. And it's another component, it helps them sleep. It has other things in it too that you guys can research, but that's what they take. Now, you could give it to them in the morning. I personally don't give my kids their guanfacine in the morning because it makes them sleep. Now, it might not make your kids sleep, but they make my kids sleep all day at school, and I want the benefits for them to have that full day at school. And so that's my argument. I just wanted to make sure everybody is clear. I'm giving my kids their medicine appropriately because of what the doctor says. They go to their psychiatrist right now they have an appointment coming up, but after that she said she's gonna wait 3 months. So I want to put this, look at little EJ hat. Look at his little B hat, my fat man. I'm just going to fold this up and put this right here. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So y'all won't shake and wobble when I drive. All right. Y'all might can't hear me, though. That's the only thing that I hate about these tripods. Like, they don't. Let's see. There. All right, that's better. So, where's Bay at? Y'all still together? So, ADHD medicine is very beneficial for a person that has ADHD. Now, it serves a lot of purposes. And I hate how people come on here, especially our black community, and I'm just going to constantly keep saying black community, because we was raised not to have anything. We was raised to not take medication, to do this. But I'm going to tell you that a lot of people that does drugs have mental health, because they suppress it with doing drugs instead of going to go to the right hospital to treat it. They suppress their depression. They suppress their whatever they have, anxiety, whatever. You know, they take drugs for that. They do that a lot of times. This is why a lot of our black community go to jail, because we are taught to keep, if we go to depression, we have to keep it bottled up. We cannot tell people. I'm not even supposed to be on here telling y'all on the internet, tell everybody that I'm depressed, or I have ADHD, or I have some type of mental problem, whatever. I teach my kids that, yeah, you might have this, but y'all need to learn that you do have this. But in life is ways to cope with it other than drugs. So that's what I really wanted to come on here and let y'all know, because I just want to address it, you know, especially when people will say, hey, you're not supposed to give the kids this medicine. Hey, you know, this another one. Somebody said, yeah, they have ADHD, but even if they don't take their medicine, they should know better. That is false. Because if they're doing compulsive things, okay, let's talk about my son, right? My son has ADHD. He, like, in boys that hold ADHD, they're more pronounced than a girl. Okay, so that's why I was like, Malaysia don't have ADHD. And she still don't have ADHD. She might just be autistic, and we thinking it's ADHD. But let's talk about my son once again, right? So I was like that too. I was like, my son, like, I understand you got ADHD, but you're going to sit on this carpet and you're going to understand what she's saying. And I know you know what she's talking about and this and that. The teacher sat me down and said, if he cannot sit on the carpet to even get the instructions that he needs, why would you think he'll be able to listen? And I thought about that, and I was like, I hope y'all can still hear me. I hope it's not mute. They said, what they say? Yeah. How can he even grasp it? How can he even grasp for you to tell him, sit down, you need to listen? If he can't even sit down and take directions, how would he be able to execute what you said? And I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, you know what? That make a lot of sense. She said ADHD is more than just you know better. You know better. It's more than that. And I feel like our black community, we will whoop our kids. Keep whooping our kids until they know better. What happened if they have ADHD? What happened? You're whooping your kid and they really honestly cannot help themselves. Like, my son has ADHD. It's no doubt. You can deny it when he does not take his pills. Me and my son's relationship with him versus off ADHD medicine and on ADHD medicine is totally different. I told his psychiatrist, I said, me and him I'm constantly yelling at my son, stop, don't do this, sit still. You know, you can't sit still. I'm constantly yelling at my kids, yelling at him, and me and him don't have a relationship. I told her that. I said, we do not have a relationship now. When he's on his medicine, me and him have to rebond. This was way back then. This was like years ago. Before I even started doing YouTube. This was years ago. When he started taking his medicine, and I was like, I have to build that. It feel like he's a different person. I have to build me and him relationship, because I feel like our relationship is strained because I'm constantly yelling at him. And she said no. A lot of parents say that, and they go through that. And I was just like, I didn't know, like, this is ridiculous. And she was like, yes, it happens like that. Like, that is true. They become a different person. When RJ doesn't take his medicine, he bites, he spits. And a lot of persons say, they should know better. They shouldn't be biting and spitting. How should they know better if they cannot help themselves? How? If he's doing stuff, like I'm saying, compulsive, like doing stuff he's not thinking. His mind is not stopping for him to do something rationally. Like, just think about it. If we know not to cross the street, cars are coming, his brain is going 1,000,000 miles. It might still be on the last thing we talked about. And he's not thinking about these cars, and he's going to walk. So you're going to whoop him because his brain don't know how to slow down? Let's think about it. Let's talk about it. Like, that pisses me off when our black community call pills crazy pills. I hate that. I hate that with a passion. It's not crazy pills. You're crazy for saying they're crazy pills. You're the one that's in denial because you don't want to get help. If you call those crazy pills, then you need to go get some help. You know what I mean? Me as a parent, I took my son health and mental state and consider it. Me and RJ went through so much. RJ had a reaction off of ADHD medicine. I never came on here and told y'all this. And I probably would never tell y'all the details of what he went through or anything, because I feel like that right there is a very sensitive subject and we're still dealing with it. But he had a reaction on the medicine. And I took him off of everything. And I'm like, F it. We're going to just work through this. We're not going to take no medication. We're going to work through this. I'm not a parent that is not true to this. I'm true to this. I understand this. I do the research for my kids. Y'all might think that I'm slow, I'm retarded, whatever. I talk weird, whatever. But when it comes down to my kids' mental, I'm there for them. When they need to learn something, I'm going to get everything they need, any tools they need to learn, because that's what type of parent I am. So, let me get my baby. I'll be right back. I'm finna get into this. Go, family. Go, family. Go. So RJ had a reaction. I took him off of all the medicine, right? I took him off of it. I was like, F this. I swear to God, my kids, they just gonna, we didn't know. I was in denial with Malaysia. So I was like, no. Hey, girl. I was like, no, we're not We're not doing it. I took him off his medicine. I took it off, right? So, mind you, this is around the time COVID stopped. This is when we moved into that townhouse and they couldn't go to school for almost a whole year. He had that reaction. Then after that, I took him off the medicine. When I tell y'all, y'all know how bad my depression is. My depression goes terrible when they don't have their medicine, because my kids do stuff like RJ will talk a mile a minute. He will be on one subject, then the next subject, and not even 30 seconds. His attention span without his medicine is not even 30 minutes. 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. So if his attention span that short, just imagine him trying to cope what you're trying to say when his brain can't stop, right? So I'm going through it. I just had 𝐄𝐤. 𝐄𝐤 is his age. I'm like, okay. Well, 𝐄𝐤 is like 4 months. And RJ is running through the house. He fighting. He hitting. He throwing stuff. He messing up stuff. He writing on stuff. He, even him using the bathroom. He'd go to the bathroom, but he'd miss the whole toilet. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I didn't even know I had ADHD then. I don't think he even knew he had ADHD then. It was like all in this process. We was trying to figure it out. Right. You cannot discipline a child for something they cannot control. This is 100% true. This is 100% true. You cannot discipline. And this is why kids will hate their parents, because they whoop them, because they cannot control something. They will whoop them. They will beat them. I'ma beat you because you know better. No, they don't. They have ADHD. I'm sorry, hon. They don't. And in the future, when they grow up, they're going to lean to drugs because you taught them to know better. You cannot talk about this. You have ADHD, but you know better. In reality, they might not know better. But, so back to that. I'm back to RJ now. That's my ADHD. I'm back to RJ. So I take him off all the medicine. Now they're going back to school, right? I was one of the parents that put my kids in school when COVID happened. Yes, I did. I put my son back in school. I put my son and my daughter back in school because they need to learn. They got the tools for them. My kids have IEPs, okay? And so they went back to school, and his teacher called me and was like, hey, we need to sit down. We need to talk about RJ. I go in there and I'm like, hey, what's going on? He has ADHD. I know he has ADHD. We all knew that. He was like, yeah, but he's falling behind now. And I'm like, what? RJ is super, super duper smart. He ain't stupid from a long shot. Like, he's not, like, my son is smart. Like, he knew how to tell time before he was 5 years old. My son is super smart. Super smart. So when she told me that, I was just like, what? Nah, he ain't. Yeah, they do go to therapy. He ain't, I was like, nah, he know better. That's what she told me. She said, how can he, if he have ADHD, he's falling behind and all this stuff. How can he know better to sit down and listen when he can't even slow his body down enough to even grasp what I'm saying? So how can he even know better? And I was just like, what? And it was so damn true. It was true. It was true. So since RJ had a reaction to medicine, certain pills he cannot take. He has certain things that's wrong with him because of the pills that they gave him. I was so scared to get him back on medication. I swear to God, I was just so afraid. I was so afraid because of what RJ went through. I didn't want to experience that again. I don't even want my son. I cried when that stuff happened to my son. I cried. I swear, I was like, that was the roughest time of his life. And I felt like I failed him because of the medication. And when I talked to the psychiatrist, because his doctor, I was calling the doctor. I was like, hey, he's having these symptoms, this and that. Because everything was closed. You know what? I'm not even going to go through that. I'm not even going to go through it. It's too much. I don't have experience with ADHD. I was just throwing ideas out there. Yes. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I understand. People do not understand ADHD. It's definitely rough. Like, it's definitely rough. Like, if your kid have ADHD, please go get them help. Please don't be that one parent that be like, I refuse to give my kids medicine. You're failing your kids. It's some people with ADHD that doesn't need medication. They could still thrive in school without medication. They just need a 504 plan, like them just taking them out, giving them a little more time or giving them peace and quiet. They can still thrive in school like that. My kids cannot. RJ has, his ADHD is more on the severe side. And I talked to the social worker that time when he was off of medication, and I did not want to put him back on because he had that experience. He was like, honey, I need to really tell you something. He said, because he had that experience with that medicine, please don't give up on him. Please try again. And I was just like, no. I was crying. I was like, no. I don't want my son to ever. What happen if he go through this again? What? I mean, I already felt bad enough that I had to put my baby on this medicine. I was scared when I first gave it to him. Bae had him. I gave him his medicine. And I was like, babe, please keep a close eye on him because I had to work early. And he was like, okay, because Bae was taking him to school at that time and I would have to work. He was like, okay. But I was so scared. So when he had that reaction, I was like, fuck this shit. Everything that the black community said is true. My son ain't fit to have no medication. And when I talked to that psychiatrist, because his doctor preferred us for a second opinion for another psychiatrist because she only could do so much. Now, RJ is his condition from that pill. He cannot go see a regular doctor for ADHD. He always have to go see a psychiatrist because of his ADHD. So, and mind you, at that time, I didn't really know. I knew he was having anxiety, but I didn't know his anxiety was that severe until he was able to tell me a couple of things. They always want to give people those medicines, so that's good that you said no. We call it fast periods. The kids have certain activities they. Yeah, wine glass people that ain't dealing with it don't understand how deep it goes. I mean, I swear to God, it's rough. It's rough. It's really rough to go through, to have your children go through that, and then feel like you failed them, knowing that they need the medicine. Oh my God, here go this man again. So, great topic. I'm listening while cleaning. Hey, boo. Hey, girl. Um, but yeah, um, y'all, it was rough. That period of time was rough. But I just wanted to let y'all know, do not give up on y'all kids, even if the medicine is like that. I had so many phone calls from people telling me that you shouldn't put your kid on that medicine. I told you. That's why he had that reaction. See, I told you. But I trusted that doctor and I put him back on the medicine. But we decided to put him on the opposite side. See, he was on the Ritidine. What is that? Is it Ritidine? He was on the Vyvanse side, but now he's on the Minifinidase side. So he does so much better on the Minifinidase side. So if your kid had a reaction, I just want y'all to know, please try. If they was on the Vyvanse side, I gotta see what it's called. Is it called Ritidine? Not Ritidine. It's called I said it earlier. I can never remember what it is. But if your kid was on Vyvanse, it's two sides to that medication that I was talking about. I didn't know that it was a minifinidase side. So they switched him to the minifinidase side. RJ can never go back on Vyvanse. He can never go back on that side no more because of that reaction he had. And I'm not giving y'all no details, no nothing of that reaction either, because it's so much to that story. It's so much. And it was so much to that story. But we put him back on medication. And that's when I told the doctor, it's like, I have to relearn him all over again. I have to build that relationship with my son all over again. And she said, that is true. A lot of people tend to say, stop, sit down, pop them, whoop them, whatever, put them on punishment because they absolutely cannot stop it, right? And they're building a negative feel. They're so used to when they're not on medication and they have severe ADHD like my son has, we tend to yell at them more. So when he's on medication, and we need to start putting that positive back with him. So I had to relearn him all over again. That was the therapist that told me that. So I had to relearn my baby all over again. And he's a totally different person when he's not on his medicine. He listens. He follows the rules. He does his homework. He's so good at math, y'all. He's in an advanced class at math. But if I would have never put him back on the medication, he probably would have been 3 to 4 years behind. And now that I'm like, okay, I take your medicine. He even tell me, mommy, when I don't take my medicine, I cannot control my body. I cannot control my mind. Because you got to think about it. When he's off, they're human too. They're little people. They're like us, but they're just littler. So just imagine we got so much stuff on our mind and we forget let's say we forget to pay a bill. That's them. It might not be bills. It might just be homework. They forget it. They just like us. They're humans. They're humans. It's so much. It's so much. If your kid have ADHD and they're going through something and their teacher is telling you like, hey, they might need more intervention, then you need to really, really take the time to get your kids evaluated and see what the options is. Whippings and punishing them and telling them to stop won't happen. 𝐄𝐿 might have it. 𝐄𝐿, I know a lot of people say, oh my God, he's terrible, he's bad, he's this and that. But he's smart. He's mine. That's the crazy thing. That's my baby. I birthed him. He came out of me. I breastfed him. I know my baby. He might have it too. And they said the people that are very smart are autistic. give you tons of things I try on my kids. My oldest is autistic, has bipolar, ADHD, and my little one is ADHD. You know, my kids are older and they are doing so good with the tools like medicine. Period. 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 Yeah, they might have it. They might need that. And I hate how people be like, you just making excuses. You just doing this. Whatever. I know what's best for my babies. I know what's best for them. I have it. If I'm struggling with it, what do you think your child will be struggling with it? Just saying. But yeah, I got to get off here because I got to get my baby so I can get my other babies, so I can cook, so I can do videos. I got so much content for y'all. I love y'all. See y'all on the next one. Deuces.